Hi, this is Scott with CrossBikeReview.com. We're in sunny Las Vegas at Interbike and at 2015 Cross Vegas. Here with me is Jermey Powers. Jermey, thanks for coming over and talking with us.
Thank you very much. Yes, my pleasure to be here.
I got a few things I want to ask and talk to you about.
Definitely.
Your Jam Fund.
Yes.
What's up with that? Tell us what that is.
Yeah, the Jam Fund. It's actually, it's basically JAM is an acronym for Jeremy, Alec, and Mukunda is my other two friends that I started it with. Essentially is an organization that basically kicks down the financial barriers to allow kids to get into cyclocross that maybe wouldn't be able to get to the top otherwise. We provide coaching, insight, life skills. It's pretty much a feel-good project. We have it's a proper nonprofit. We have a ride in every July. It's called the Grand Fundo.
Nice.
And yeah, we have about 500 people come out. That's what ultimately supports the program. We do have some other great partners like the Northampton Cycling Club, Focus Bikes. A lot of my sponsors that are part of my Aspire team also help with the Jam Fund and let the riders that are on there flourish underneath our guard.
That's great. You know why? Because it builds a community. And it should be like that. Cyclocross is its own community.
Yes.
And you're speaking my language because I was the head skills coach for the American Cycling Association for 9 years. And I sat on the board and we started the first bike program for kids so we could get kids on bikes, the locals out, and we've got this whole fleet of bicycles going in and we grew our numbers of juniors from 40 to like 400 in like 5 years.
Awesome.
It is great. So we need to get more kids on bikes. I'm glad you're with me on that. And having fun and give them the direction they need so they can have fun and race.
For sure, and each region needs its own support program, and so we don't work with anyone that's outside of really a couple hours of radius from us because we don't feel like we can help them as much as maybe you can in Colorado, or maybe Jim Brown can in the Northwest, or maybe the crew that's in Red Zone down in Louisville, Kentucky, or something like that. So we try to really focus on our little nest and work with everyone that we can that's in need. So.
Right. So right now it's fairly localized, and you're gonna get it down to where it can be repeatable, and you can go plant those.
I mean, I think that the dream is that we have rides around that are able to support their own chapters down the road. If it ever led to that, I think that would be very cool. But right now we're really happy and I think proud to be able to have what we have. So we're happy.
You should be proud because you know what? You're being a leader. You're setting the standard. You're leading by example, and you're doing good things. And people should look up to you and follow your example.
We're trying to set good examples, and I think that through every result, it's not always about the results. It's always through every race, through every training session, through everything. It's always about having a good attitude, but also having fun. And you hear that a lot, but the truth is that if you come to one of our training sessions, if you come out to one of our events, I guarantee we'll be having a good time, and everyone will feel like they're getting something out of it and improving themselves. And that's what it's about. It's about life. It's not necessarily just about winning bike races. It's about being a good player in the community, creating good environment and having fun.
Right. You touched on something there. Sportsmanship.
Sure.
It's about respect. Respect for sport, your competitors, the rules.
Absolutely.
Everything.
Absolutely.
All that stuff. So anyway, we are in Las Vegas.
Yeah,
it is Cross Vegas time. You are racing tomorrow.
Yeah, we're racing tomorrow.
And so are the women, and you have somebody in the women's race. What's her name?
Ellen Noble is going to be here racing with the Jam Fund. Last year, Stephen Hyde, who now races for Cannondale Cyclocross World, he's stepped along from the Jam Fund. We've had a lot of riders come through and then go and flap their wings.
Good.
And so Ellen is probably the next one that will go on to flap her wings. But she's here staying with my program, Aspire Racing, using our mechanics and our staff. And Al and Mukunda are also here helping her with the Jam Fund. And so she'll be fully set up tomorrow to do the best ride that she can. At 19, it's going to be a great experience for her, as well as an incredible opportunity to try to showcase herself and Jam and all its partners.
Right, that's great. That's great. I'm real happy to hear about it. And so let's get back to the men. And the men, I've talked to a few riders, and you're mentioned in the top 5. So, how are you feeling?
I feel great. I mean, it's a great opportunity for me to showcase here in the United States at the World Cup level. Pretty much the only time it's ever happened, outside the World Championships and then obviously Vegas and so on. It's been a good race for me every year, and so I think for me this year it's obviously increased competition with all the top riders in the world at this event, but it is definitely one that suits my skill set and my strengths, and so I just hope for a good day and
Who are you going to be watching?
Sven is obviously one of the guys. Vanderhaar. Exactly. Yeah. So Sven Nys, Lars Vanderhaar, Wout van Aert are probably the three guys that I'll keep like light notes on. I mostly pay attention to see who's doing what and how much energy they're expending. And you never know until you get into the race who's going to have what. And so for me, I just try to literally zone out and keep like light notes on everyone and what they're doing and play my cards when I get the opportunity.
And what part of the race you're in? If you're in the beginning of the race, in the middle of the race?
It's always different. I mean, this race has been won in a lot of different ways over the years, and so with a bigger field, honestly, like, I don't know. They're saying 25-mile-an-hour winds are possible, and so that could change things. The course is different than it used to be. It's got a lot more punchiness and steep climbs in it, which, is good for me. It's not a bad thing at all, but it's going to change a little bit of how the race yo-yos, and that could pop some guys off before I think it had in the past. So there are some things. There's some slower, you get down slower speeds and then higher accelerations. So there'll be a couple more getting on top of it, like really quickly getting back up to
so
speed.
more matches are involved. So bringing big purple matches.
Yeah. So we'll see. I don't know. It's a race, and we'll see how it plays out. And I'm looking forward to it very much. It's a huge opportunity. It's been a pen on the bulletin board for a long time. So
I totally understand. Jeremy, it's always a pleasure. Thank you very
Scott.
much. This is Scott with CrossBikeReview.com from Las Vegas. Come by and read those reviews. See you later.